you want me to put the bonnet down for you? Smells really nice and fueling in a good way. It smells like an old-fashioned car.
That's what it is.
I know it is. It's all good. Perfect, mate. That's fine.
I know it's my 5, but...
Right, we've moved some cars around and we've got the ZR1 in the middle of Chris's garage today because we're back on it, and in this week's episode we're going to do a fluid change, diff, gearbox and an oil change. If you remember from last year, probably it was like nearly a year ago, I guess.
Yeah, easily.
We did an oil change, but the oil we used was literally just like a cleansing oil to just a cheap oil to run the car back into life.
100 miles, get it back out.
Yeah, and the plan was always to change that oil for something decent. We're not going to change the oil filter because we've done, what, 200 miles?
Yeah, if that, yeah.
Probably done 200 miles. So the oil filter can, you know, that can stay the same, but we're going to drop the oil and put that nice oil in the car that we used on the Cayman. If you haven't seen the video on the Cayman or the videos on the Cayman, check them out, they're worth a watch. But the oil that we're going to use is Petronas 5W30?
I think it's 5 or 10. Which one is it?
Anyway, it just so happens that the oil for the Cayman is exactly the same spec as what the ZR1 would use.
540, close enough.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit thicker, but it's a bit older, so...
540, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 540.
A little bit more viscosity is not gonna hurt it, is it?
Not on a slightly older car.
So, gearbox oil, diff oil, engine oil, they're the 3 priorities. There are some other things that we need to look at, which, depending on how we're doing for time, we might investigate. I'll be careful not to put these on Chris's freshly polished paintwork. But we've noticed the clutch is fine and the clutch pedal feel and everything is okay, but occasionally it drags, doesn't it?
Just go,
so it will do like a graunchy noise, and I reckon, or we both think, that it's a combination of old fluid and rusty components within the master and slave cylinders. So we've got a new master and slave cylinder. This is a slave cylinder. So this mounts underneath the car, and you put your clutch hydraulic line in there, bleed it through this nipple here, and basically when you press the pedal, this pushes on the clutch pressure plate, and that's how you change gear, basically. So that goes underneath the car. Hold that. Yep. And we've also got
in the box for now.
And by the way, the lines look okay, so we don't think we need to mess around with the clutch hydraulic lines. But this is the clutch master cylinder, which goes in the engine bay, and again it's got a rod that's hydraulically actuated to force fluid down the line to the slave cylinder, and then eventually, you know, you operate the clutch like that. We're thinking if we change the master cylinder and the slave cylinder and put new fluid in it,
that'll probably be the same as it was before.
Hopefully it might improve it. I mean, it's not horrendous as it is, but if you watch the ice blasting video, you can see the slave cylinder on that video, and it looks ropey.
Okay, so yeah, needs changing.
It does need changing, and yeah, if we get time, we're going to do that in this video. If not, it will be in a future video. Did you watch last week's video where we took this car to a car show? If not, check it out. But I'm just going to grab the camera. Yeah. When we took it to the show, and if you watched the previous video, you'll already know this, it had been laid up for 6 months, totally unused, in Brian's barn. And it actually behaved very well, I reckon it's fair to say. Yeah.
You went and started this car, what, three or four times over winter?
Yeah.
Started on the button every time?
It was fine, yeah.
And then one time when I take it out, it doesn't. Which is always the way.
Schoolboy error. I know loads of you had said in the comments, why didn't you disconnect the battery? And I know I should have disconnected it, but I didn't disconnect it. Luckily, the good news is the battery's fully healed itself and it seems absolutely fine now. So it's not losing any charge. The car's starting every time. So that's one thing that we're happy about. And the other thing that happened at the show, at the end of the show, which we didn't get any footage of, the starter motor started to stick, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So we had this issue where the battery was okay, but there was nothing from the starter motor.
No click or anything.
No
the solenoid was sticking or something. I don't know what was going on.
I think it needed a bit of use.
Yeah.
Because it seems all right now, doesn't it?
It does seem okay again.
But something that did happen, which Chris, fair play to him, has had to do an emergency
It
fix on.
absolutely stunk on the way home of fuel, to the point where I was about to pass out. So I thought it must be leaking from somewhere.
And it was leaking.
There's a pinhole in the line, so I've had to cut it and put a piece of hose in, which is not ideal.
Right, don't panic.
It got me home.
That is not the final fix.
No, definitely isn't.
That is very much a temporary repair.
That's a get your home repair.
And we're going to change these fuel lines as a matter of urgency, because we can't really start using the car properly until that's sorted.
They're terrible.
It's done the job for now.
But it's going to leak here, and it's going to leak here, and it's going to leak here.
Guys, I know that a lot of ZR1 owners watch our channel, and we're not experts. So if you know a good solution for this, how to change this line,
what fitting is up here? Is it some sort of AN fitting?
let us know. I know the fuel filter's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you've got the charcoal canister on the back
so there's
end.
two lines here, there's not one.
Yeah, you've got the send and return. But the thing is, if we buy new lines, assuming that you can get them, they have to come from America, and it's going to be a gigantic box.
I think they go right up to the fuel tank and the charcoal canister, and it's
going to be super expensive, basically, the shipping. So whether there's some sort of like flexi option, or I don't know, but let us know, please. Genuinely, we need your help on that. But for now, at least, it's not leaking fuel.
I mean, it stank outside on the drive, so like, that's bad.
I think Chris nearly passed out driving it on the way home. And you're lucky that you avoided a fire, aren't you, as well?
Yeah, thankfully it's a long way away from any exhaust or anything.
Yeah, but we're happy. Anyway, it seems to be driving well, doesn't it? And when you started it just now, it was really smooth.
Started on the button, really smooth. Perfect, exactly what you want.
So I think it's probably crying out for new fluids.
Yeah, I feel worried about driving it, not knowing how good the gearbox and diff is, fluids.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Don't want to drive it anymore.
In what order do you want to change them then?
Let's do the gearbox and the diff without, because warming it up's not going to make a difference to that.
No.
And then it's not going to be all hot underneath, and then warm it up and drop the other.
So jack it up. What do you think? Work our way from the back.
Yeah.
Diff?
Do the diff.
We'll do the diff first.
Yeah, do the diff. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's just obviously the diff's the most disgusting one.
Yeah. Let's get the diff oil out first.
So I've got me pump somewhere.
We'll
my Swedish maid.
We'll get the car in the air, and then we'll have a look at the diff and where the drain plug is and everything.
A Swedish made one. There we go. It's not mine, baby.
Okay, so the car's in the air. Before we start working, just going to show you how we've jacked it up. So there's an axle stand directly on the chassis, this side. Can't really see that from that angle.
My gloves in here.
And then this side, the left side, we've got a jack supporting, and then also an axle stand here, just on the chassis. So the jack and the axle stand are sort of sharing the load on this side.
When it comes to the fill, we might need to try and get it a bit more level.
Yeah, well, we can just take that axle stand out and lower the jack until it's the same level as the other side.
Yeah, so not overfilling it or underfilling it.
Yeah. So yeah, quick look at these wheels as well, because we've not really showed you these.
Back in a sec.
But I'm in love. They're absolutely mega, aren't they? Where's he gone? If I curb these wheels, Chris is going to go absolutely mad. But yeah, they look wicked, don't they? And it seems to drive a lot better now on these new tyres. So anyway, we're up in the air. I think Chris has gone to go and get the fluids. Just have a quick look underneath and see where the drain plug is for the diff. That's the drain and fill plug for the diff. That tag's actually loose. A little bit weird. For context, that's on the right hand side, for those people wondering. So there's the right hand wheel, and it's just there.
Oh no, funny anecdote.
Go on then.
Anecdote.
Go on then.
I asked ChatGPT how he changed the diff oil on a C4 ZR1, so I thought it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently what you do is you remove the drain plug,
Yeah.
then you remove the fill plug,
Yeah.
put the diff oil in, put the drain plug back in, and put the fill plug back in. You can see it's got no concept of how anything works, really, has it?
Yeah.
You're going to put the oil in and then put the drain plug back in afterwards.
Maybe it's just relying on a bit of human common sense and it's trying to catch you out.
Maybe.
I'm going to have a look at the suspension because we've talked about bushings and stuff, and kind of thinking, do we need to bush it, or are the bushes okay? But you can see there, that's the monoleaf bush. That doesn't look great, but it's still intact. The batwing, the monoleaf central bushes, these ones, they look a bit worn as well. I think I'll zoom in on here, the lower shock bushes, in my opinion, are horrific and need changing. But the rest of them actually look okay. The upper batwing bushes look shite. Which is, I'll just try and see if I can get it on camera. These. So I think we're going to have to strategically change certain bushes, but we want it to drive nice, so we don't want to go full poly bush and all of that sort of stuff. We want it to just be as factory as possible. If you've got a source for bushes, let us know in the comments. I'll be interested to see where we can get them from. Have you found out where
The good news is,
hang on.
I don't think there is one. Because you can buy a drain plug kit to put one on.
Really?
You drill a hole in the bottom and put a bung in and...
For the diff?
Yeah.
Right. Can't we just suck it out?
That's what we'll have to do. So it'll be a case of get what you can out, I think.
Yeah. I don't want to be drilling holes in the diff, that's a little bit too invasive.
Yeah.
So we'll just suck out the fluid as best as we can then, yeah?
I think so. It's just... There's a video, let's just check. Another person.
If you can work out the capacity, Chris,
yeah.
we'll know, we can measure how much we take out and we'll know what percentage of oil we've managed to remove.
Yeah. Just take 75/90, which I have some of, I think.
So the first fluid will change out this 91 Corvette ZR1.
And friction modifier, obviously.
So I'm going to use Mobil 1 high mileage 5W30.
Oh.
That's what's been recommended on some of the forums.
Let's see how tight this is. Yeah, we're good. We got some movement.
I've got a couple of things that might be useful. I've got a syringe and I've got a pump.
Well, if you've got a tray for now, Chris, I can get the plug off. It might not drip any out.
No.
It's going to be interesting to see what colour this is. I'm just waiting for a tray and then I can drop the...
This has a bit of oil in it anyway.
Drop the plug. On that nice tissue, we'll be able to see what colour the fluid
Just
is.
see what the capacity is.
Here goes then, guys. I'm going to get it out now. Right. And yeah, I've not got any gloves on because we've run out, which is annoying.
I've got hand glove, found one.
You've got hand glove. Oh, look at the colour of that.
Is it nice?
No.
What colour is it?
It's like a grey-black colour.
Well, it said it should typically be a golden yellow, semi-translucent green colour.
Well, I know you're colourblind, Chris, but I think even
So it's obviously not good.
that, I think that's due a change. Definitely. I'm going to get sucking.
See how many measures we get. Oh,
Pardon me.
taco night.
No, that's about it, isn't it?
Don't think there's any more to get out. No. That's quite a lot in there.
Yeah. Well, shall we measure this? That looks disgusting, doesn't it?
Stiff oil. It always looks disgusting. Oh, perfect. Meant to do that.
That's alright, we'll clean that. Capacity is 2 litres apparently, and I think there's about maybe a litre there. But we're going to put it into a bottle and try and measure it. Oh, it looks disgusting, doesn't it?
We can measure how much diff oil's come out. Oh, there's a bit left in here.
Go on.
Don't want to waste that. So that's quite nice this time in the morning. try and get some of that in there.
Yeah.
And you'll see that's 70 CL.
Yeah.
So if that's full, then we know it's 700 mil, don't we? And then each time we do it, we just add it up.
Do you have a funnel?
I do. It's thick stuff that might need to cut to several hours later.
Yeah, we'll stop the video, and when it's full, you'll see what the result is. Very, very scientific test.
One bottle of single malt, not quite full.
Nice bottle of tequila.
Old, 50 CL of tequila. So it's probably about a litre.
I reckon about a litre. So we want to see how much we can get in it.
Hopefully about a litre. Well, really, in an ideal world, you'd want this to be perfectly flat. So it fills until it dribbles out the drain. Yeah, well,
we'll lower it down so that it's the same both sides. Should we do that now?
Yeah, so it's equal. And then it's not, otherwise you won't not be able to get as much in as it really needs.
Is that level?
Level-ish. I'd say you could go down a little bit more that side. That's it.
Is that right, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. So this is the pump we're going to use to transfer the oil from inside this bottle and somewhat that bottle into the car. And I can never remember which way around it is, so I have to do the old, which way that's blowing. So that's the one that wants to go in the diff, and that's the one that wants to go in the bottle.
Cool. What
you do is you put that in there, one of these will pop off and spray you in oil. That's usually what happens with these things. Right, where's the old 3? There it is. Right, it's level enough, isn't it? Right. You have to go dead slow with these. There's definitely something pumping because I can feel it. Gear oil is just the least pleasant thing in the entire world. And I've sucked the best part of that bottle up, I think. Yeah. It seems to be leaking out yet.
Do you want another bottle?
Yeah, I've got another bottle of it.
It's taken quite a lot. Have you put this in yet?
Yeah, I've done that. It's gone in.
This is in.
I put that in about halfway through.
Alright, yeah. It's very, very difficult to film. It's not the not the best footage in the world, is it?
That's definitely running out now. It's full. 100%.
So I've cleaned those, they can go back on nicely.
It's actually running out quite a bit.
You want that there. So that's the diff oil changed. Let us know if you think that we've done it correctly, or if you think there's a better method. But we've taken about a litre out and put just over a litre in, so it should be an improvement. Next on the list is the gearbox, which is just in there somewhere at the front of the car. So we'll get the car back down onto the ground, jack the front up and change that gearbox fluid. See what condition that's in. Because the diff oil looked absolutely terrible. Okay, so I think we can probably do the gearbox oil and the oil in the same position.
Definitely.
We've got jack axle stand this side. Got the car as level as we can. And then on this side, 2 axle stands and then a 3rd jack just for a little additional layer of support. The drain plug for the gearbox is that brown thing there. There's the drain plug and the fill plug is just there. Check that your fill plug comes undone before you undo your drain plug, because if you undo your drain plug and dump your fluid and they can't fill it, you're screwed. Yeah, so they look a bit rusty, but I think they're okay. What I'm going to do is just spray a bit of WD on them and give them a tickle with a wire brush. Make sure that the fill plug comes undone easily, and then we'll crack off the drain plug and dump the transmission fluid. Got my plus gas, got my wire brush. This is the awkward bit now.
Plus gas is the stuff.
I think Chris might struggle to film me doing this, but I'm going to try. So drain plug, give it a bit of a soak. Same with the fill plug. Do you reckon there's anyone in the world called Fill Plug?
Probably on Facebook, yeah.
That's just going to help, isn't it? I haven't got to spend hours doing it. They are some massive hex heads.
Yeah, 17 or 19.
Right, okay. We're going Fill Plug first, yeah? Chris has bought some special tools for the job.
I think it's either 17 or 19. It's one of the two.
All right.
It's massive.
And it's a 1/2-inch drive, yeah?
They're 1/2-inch drive, big boy drive.
Okay.
Will it get in there, hopefully?
Should do.
Looks like it.
Should do.
Yeah, maybe there's someone called Fill Plug watching right now.
There might be. Slightly unlikely maybe, but...
Yeah, Philip plug. Found him.
Philip plug. Wow. Right, are these both the same size? Okay, so...
I think so.
That is a 17. Right, there's the socket in the fill plug. But as you can see, there's no clearance behind the exhaust. So I've got to try and use a 17mm spanner. Oh God. Shit, that's tight.
You say if you had a long bar, you'd be able to get from the other side of the exhaust?
I'll be able to get it from there, I think, yeah.
Do you want to try that?
Yeah. Ready? Bloody hell, that's tight. Ah, we got it.
Perfect.
Should I take this out all the way?
Can do.
I won't take the drain plug all the way out. I've left that so it's literally on one thread. So now we've got to get this at the fill plug, sorry. So now we've got to get
size.
the drain
same size.
Drain plug's got to come out, but we need the oil pan.
You can also pull it a bit further if you want it even longer for more torques.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that breaker bar, mate. That's really good.
It's good.
Where did you get that from?
It was my dad's. He had 2 of them. He was like, you can have it.
Oops.
Bloody wicked then, isn't it?
Really cool, yeah. So what are we saying then about the colour of this oil?
I think it'll be lovely, kind of red.
You reckon?
No. I think it'll be absolutely, if there's some in it, I'll be happy. I'll see that as a win.
It's coming, it's ready.
Feel a bit of pressure behind it.
A little bit. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
That's actually not bad.
It's not horrendous, is it?
I can see through it.
So that's the fill plug. That's Philip plug there.
That really is not bad.
And that is, there you go, look, now I've taken that off.
Glug, glug, glug. That is, it's not bad.
And that's the drain plug. I'll put the drain plug on there.
I'm quite satisfied with the colour of that.
It could be worse, couldn't it?
Yeah. I reckon it did have some servicing done.
It's definitely had an oil change at some point, it had to have done.
It might be that it had an oil change when Will bought it, you know, from the dealer that he bought it from. So I think he got it from Claremont. And they would have done everything. But maybe they wouldn't have done the diff oil at 40,000 miles, I don't know. He would have bought the car on about 35,000, wouldn't he?
He would. And it'd be like buying a C7 now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Equivalent.
Yeah, it would.
That kind of coinage. And a bit of scrapage at some time, that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How's that happened?
Don't know.
That bottomed out.
Must have done, yeah.
It hasn't it? It's had a bit of a...
Yeah.
Must be the lowest point in the car.
Yeah, it must be. Oh well.
I find this is less susceptible to grinding out than the C5.
I do as well.
Yeah. I had them both parked next to each other on the drive and I was sort of comparing them.
Yeah.
And what I like about each one and what I don't like about each one. The interior on this is so much cooler.
It's
so much nicer.
way cooler, isn't it, the interior on this?
The interior is really very nice. The seats are really nice. I would say that the C5 feels more raw. I don't know. But
yeah. This feels smoother, doesn't it?
this feels more refined and sensible and grown up. You can imagine Corvette feeling that way. This flies under the radar a lot more as well.
Yeah. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Remember, I'm doing it with a very big bar.
Yeah. Probably not.
Let's have a look at the state of this then.
Still got a bit of diff fluid in it, just bear in mind. So
But you know, that looks, well, you can't really see because it's all black, but it's a slightly browny pinky shade.
yeah, it came out pinky coloured, didn't
Yeah.
it? And it wasn't. It was see-through.
Right, we're just prepping now for the refill.
The gearbox sump plug is in, and Chris is going to do the honours with his trusty fluid pump and get the gearbox oil in. Do you like the way that I do the destructive stuff and make sure that Chris puts the oil in properly?
Well,
I'll probably fuck it up. Then we can drop the engine oil. So gearbox, diff and engine fluids will be fully up to date. The clutch still needs doing. We're not going to have time to change the
master and slave cylinder, because that's probably a job for a separate video. But what we will do is siphon out some of the clutch fluid out of the reservoir and change it just so in the meantime it's got some...
If it's got high water content
Yeah.
in the fluid, then it won't perhaps be giving its full force.
No, it won't be.
Because it will be compressing.
Clutch fluid is hygroscopic, isn't it?
Yes. So it'll help. It's not going to hurt it. To have a bit of... I don't mind bother putting gloves on at this stage. I already stink of gearbox and diff oil.
Chris is just filling, but it's going to be very, very hard to film and probably quite boring. I'll give you a little look. There he goes. And the idea is the same as the diff. You just fill it until it dribbles out of the fill plug hole.
It's not dribbling out yet.
Call it done. No, it's going to take a while, isn't it, I think. Look at that. We'll do something about this very soon. But like I said earlier, let us know in the comments if you know the best approach to changing this entire line, because that's definitely on the to-do list. Happy?
Yeah, that's enough.
Good. Do you want the fill plug?
Yeah.
See you, mate. It's a bit of a swine to tighten,
Yeah.
but you could probably just tighten it with a 17mm, to be honest. I won't bother filming you tighten this up, Chris. Yeah. I'll go around the other side and drop the oil, shall I?
Can do.
Okay. So just going to run it for a few minutes.
And so I'll get rid of this now and tidy that up.
Lovely. Shall I feel the gearbox?
Yeah, run it through the gears.
That feels really silky.
Yeah.
That actually feels better.
Does it?
It feels better.
Oh, perfect. Gearbox feels nice now, yeah?
Feels lovely, yeah. Actually feels really nice.
I think not having a long cable going to the back and actually being a direct into the gearbox
Probably better.
makes it feel a lot nicer than the C5.
Yeah, that feels really nice, that gearbox. There's no lateral slop in that, you know, in the gears.
So it's a low mileage car at the end of the day.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a low mileage car.
Any more engine lights or anything?
Only all of them. So service ride control,
Yeah,
which we know.
yeah,
ABS sometimes comes on.
yeah,
I've had service engine soon.
yeah. That's the equivalent to the...
I think it's like
Engine
two
light.
sensor related.
We've changed them.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's something not right with that, whether they're not happy about it or the wrong type or something, I don't know. But I've had that only once though, but it could be just a weird low battery
Could be.
problem. It's not come on since, so horn's still not brilliant.
It sounds really nice though, doesn't it? It's running lovely.
Perfect.
The idle's perfect on it as well, isn't it?
It is. So maybe that service engine soon was a low battery problem.
Yeah.
We'll go out for a blast in it once we've
Yeah.
changed the oil.
That is just coming off now.
It's probably got enough then just to get a bit of
I think
warmth.
that's all right,
into
isn't it?
Yeah, that'll work. Get a bit of warmth into it.
Slightly. Ooh, right.
And the engine oil is the easy bit compared to the other two.
Yeah.
Absolute piece of cake, hopefully.
Here we go then.
Is it nice and loose this time?
Yeah.
Perfect.
To be honest, it was probably a bit too loose.
Maybe that's why it was leaking slightly out of there. It looked like a bit wet around that plug.
Here we go then. Ready?
Well, it looks like pretty new oil, doesn't it?
Sort of. It's quite black though. That's just going to have washed all the... I mean, it's if you look at it on there, can you see that on the camera?
Yeah, yeah.
It's fairly golden, isn't it? Oh shit. And, I don't know if that's magnetic, but there's nothing...
That's steel.
Yeah, it's not magnetic. But there's nothing on there. There's nothing that's like sat on there. And when the fluid's drained, I'll bang the sump plug in and fill the oil up.
Yeah, and we're done.
So the oil's dripping, but it is coming to a stop. So I'm going to put the plug in and refill the oil. But while that was draining, I've been messing around with these, which are the active damping little motorised actuators. I've taken them off on both sides and made sure that they're on really securely, and I know that the fronts are definitely fitted properly. This side felt really loose, and that was obviously not on properly. So I'm hoping that when we start the car, it might be fixed. It might turn the light. It might be fixed. If it's not, we need to check the rears, which we'll do. But
we'll cross that canoe when we come to it.
Yeah, if we can get that working, that'd be mega. I don't want to put that in cross-threaded. One of our friends has just taken the Porsche for a test drive to see if he wants to buy it and use it as a track car. So we'll see what the verdict is.
See if he's smiling or not, that's always the key, isn't it?
He'll definitely be smiling. You can't not smile and drive that car. There you go, look, he's revving it because he's excited. Happy with that? Is that tight enough?
Oh, you're feeling it?
Oh, you bugger. That's definitely tight enough. Right, oil time then. It'd be lovely if that messing around with those shock actuators fixes the suspension, won't it?
Whoop.
Oh,
spilt it already. It's not going to be entertaining watching some of these, is it?
No.
ZR1 up, draining old gear lube, pumping hand, swapping different trans fluid, 5W30 for the LT5, measured filled, keeping specs tight. Chris and Lou, V8 friends, auto funks work, precision never bends. From sump to seal, we check, we test. Old school vet tuned to run its best. Like what you see, hit that bell with pride. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Alright, so that's 7 quarts in. The capacity's about 8-ish, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll just have a quick look and see what's going on.
Alright, let's just try that off. See, we are just
below.
Just below, so I reckon one more.
Yeah.
Then again, it's got to take time for it to drain down, yeah. So maybe not one more. So actually, probably leave it.
Do you reckon leave it? I think put half in.
I'd leave it for now.
Because it's definitely less than...
Because I've done this before, where I've put oil in the Jag.
Yeah.
And I've measured on the dipstick, and it looks perfect. Filled it like this, come back the next day and it's well over full.
Well, there's oil in it anyway, isn't there?
Yeah, so, I think just leave it for now, because it's only just put that in, it's got to drain down.
Moment of truth then. I'm going to start the car and see if the selective ride control works.
Yeah.
It probably won't. Let's see then. Will that messing around with those actuators, which I did do off camera, you've not missed it, will that fix the fault?
And if it doesn't, it must be the rear ones, I guess.
It must be, Chris, or there might be some other issue that we don't know about. Okay, so we've got the light on at the moment, but I think that always comes on.
That always comes on, yeah, it's normal.
Chris is just going to put the bonnet down. Okay.
Still there.
Still there. But does it go out? Would it go out when you're driving?
Maybe.
We'll just quickly disconnect the battery.
It still won't, yeah, this won't work.
It won't work, but...
we'll see.
No, it's still on there. Annoyingly.
Maybe it's the rear.
Could be the rear. Oh well. Well, the engine sounds alright.
Yeah. I reckon we'll...
should we just tidy up and...
tidy up, get it on the ground, check the oil again.
Yeah. Well, that was a bit of a fail, but it was worth a go. So, probably in next week's video, when we change the clutch stuff, we'll get the rear shocks and check the settings on those, see if that cures this ride control fault. But don't know. Could be another issue. Could be a blown fuse or something.
Could be anything.
Don't know.
We'll have to investigate.
But we'll find out and we will fix it because I really want to have it working.
Yeah. Spillages.
We're back on the ground, so just have a quick check of the oil level.
So we need to add a bit, I think.
that's it for another episode. So we've done the fluids, but we haven't done the clutch. We still need to do brake line work on the back of the car. We still need to get the active ride control thing fixed. But we're out of time for today, so you'll see that in a future video. But we will be doing content weekly on the ZR1, and you'll see loads more of it, especially now the sun's shining.
Yeah,
which is nice, isn't it? So, as always, guys, thank you for watching. If you do like these videos, we would massively appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I know it's cheesy and every YouTuber says it, but it does really help us. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, please, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. And more coming soon on our ZR1. That was Chris's. I was a bit distracted then because Chris's friend's been over in his DB11 and he's just ragged it up the road. Maybe we'll do a video on that car soon. So, we'll see you very soon. That's a hub nut style finish, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, he always does that.
I don't know how I'm going to do with this oil, so I think this is getting a bit full.